Hey, I'm back, guys. Sorry, we lost internet for a minute. There's been crazy storms and shit here all day. Probably didn't help that I stepped a little far away from the router and whatnot. And we've got all kinds of messages. I am ready to become insane, if I'm not already. Ugh. Some pretty steep gear requirements on this particular campaign. Kind of open, scaled for tier 2 equipment that I don't have yet. Oh, and we have exactly enough food. That's awesome. But there's not much more we can do there gear-wise, unfortunately. Pretty fresh out of potions. So we will just take another stab at it as is, and if it doesn't work, we'll try some War Master and some other gimmicks that might work for us. Unfortunately, with that Master spell, we can't rely too much on buffs and things. At least we didn't have to burn a magic jar on this run like we did on the last one, so that's good. Hopefully get these attack debuffs and such going and make this a little bit easier on ourselves. Yeah, the fact that you mentioned that, I've actually been thinking about trying to fit the Paladin into some PvP builds and such as well, with some of the new Tier 2 equipment, particularly the King's Hammer, trying to fit as many of those into one party as possible. In this particular campaign, I have considered trying to use the Paladin, like I said, for the defense buffs, but with the Master spell of Shikar, I'm not sure how much that's going to help us in the boss room. And while the druid's having limited value for us, the bonus cleanses are really working out from the invigors. Ugh, I don't have any light attacks, I don't think. I don't know of any real light attacks in the game other than modified weapons like the White Staff of Viaris, which I don't have. There's the Angelic Impaler from the Amazon, which is a blue rare weapon. The Zalus the Demolisher, for example, has 0 light resistance. Most things don't have any light resistance, because nothing really does light damage. Valk does fire and lightning, but she doesn't actually do any light, I don't think. Pretty sure Angelic Volley and Righteous Bolt are both lightning. Which is strange. You'd think with an ability named Angelic Volley that it would do light damage, but alas, it does not. But we've got a magic jar and a revive potion, so all is not lost yet. Good old double in vigors will help save us, I hope. At least we'll go into this next room with a full bar and some energy and some skills to use. Oh, there we go. Holy Smite. I'm gonna kill them all with Holy Smite. I'll do like 13 damage and debuff their attack. Although that might be interesting in the dragon attacks. I'm wondering if they do fix that double in vigor, if we'll have to start trying to find a way to work Paladin into the dragon groups to survive those super powerful damage over time abilities. It looks like I probably want to go after the lesser lick here. These purple guys in the final room. They seem to be the ones that die the fastest. As much as we don't really want to let those avenged bastards stick around. As you saw last time, he just really doesn't want to die, even with the extra damage from the Warlock. And it would help if I had a max Warlock wand and all that good stuff on this account, but unfortunately I do not. See, my worry is what's about to happen right here as these righteous calls go off on avenge hits, and I don't want to get myself killed. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely a few light abilities in the game, but for the most part, they aren't real damage dealers. Like we talked about a little while back, anything that's going to do real damage is going to have a percent-based modifier in a passive slot or something that's going to affect that damage output other than just the weapon and equipment that hero has equipped. Because even if the Righteous Call read off for, say, like 200 damage or something, if it has no modifiers, it's not going to really ever do that much. Now, I do think Valkyrie could definitely put out some decent damage here. Of course, I wasn't running her with the Shield of Wrath. It's possible that maybe on hard she could hang here. I don't think she could hang in this particular stage without having a self-heal like the Necromancer does. Now, of course, with Invigor and Shield of Wrath, and especially with the new Tier 2 Chainmail, you can get a massive HP buffer on her. I mean, upwards of maybe 1,500 HP or more with 2 stacks of shield and the 600 from that Tier 2 of chest armor. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the resistances and defense and all that to back it up, it's not going to do you much good. The Necromancer has a max level Aetheron robes enchanted plus 11, which is 97 attack and defense. So he's got a tier 1 epic that's fully maxed. I personally don't care for the Spell Thread Robe, which is the new Tier 2 Epic cloth armor. I've seen it a few times from various players. It looks like the 10% damage that it shows 10% bonus light, 10% bonus shadow, fire, so on and so forth. Those only affect you if you're already dealing that damage type, and then it applies like a little tick like an elemental weapon would. But because it's only 10%, like, for example, on the Ball of Darkness, it would show like +4 shadow damage. So, I mean, who cares about +4 damage? Again, I think the Tier 2 Epic armors were just a little bit poorly scaled. They should have had a little more emphasis on the statistics rather than the special abilities. And in the same coin, I think some of the Tier 2 weapons had too much emphasis on both. As we see with the Praetor's sword, for example, is just such a tremendous weapon because of that initial soul energy that it gives, but also because of the initiative and the massive attack bonus that it gives over the Vorpal sword. I mean, of the new Tier 2 weapons, I think the only two that might be slightly underwhelming, so to speak, would really be the Grey Marrow Wand and the White Staff of Viraris. And, of course, those are the two most drastically expensive ones. And, of course, we don't want to waste any of these soul energies. Or soul energy or soul skills like we talked about before. Going into the boss room, you want to try and save up all that good stuff. In this run through, we're going to try and go after that lesser lick first, I guess. And see how that approach of taking out the weakest enemies first does us. So we're going to go right after this guy. Maybe we'll go for the lesser vampire next. Haven't really decided. Because what all we have up so far is just the attack debuff, we'll throw the cleanse onto the warlock. But these heals are just outrageous on these guys, man. Oh, you bastard. And of course we lost our target when that happened too. How splendid. No, I just started a new trial, or a new run through. I'm still on this same boss though. Yeah, I agree, Bjorn. I think that Tier 2 plate is really underwhelming, especially for the increased cost of those armors. I mean, it does definitely go to a much higher level, but like the chain, for example, I think is the best Tier 2, and it has only 60 more attack and defense than the Tier 1 chain when it's fully maxed out, and only 2.5% more armor, which both of those I think are pretty low in comparison to some of the other items that have, like we talked about before, you know, a couple hundred stat boost. Of course he's just going to die again and get hit by that stupid Avenge. Oh, I don't like you right now, Rowan. None of these stupid things are going to die. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. This is outrageous. No matter who I target, they just super insta-heal themselves. Yeah, the heals are just outrageous, man. Odd really did beat it. I'd love to know what the hell team he used. Oh, you never need more DPS. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we could try, I don't know, we could drop that Druid out of there for something, but we're going to lose a lot of that extra healing. Just bring the Blackguard with his piercing blade and let him cut him up. Hey, I'll throw in my shaman. He's got his gladiator's fist and all that. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is if in testing this was done with tier 2 epics. Hey, Ed, what'd you use for this, you silly goose? I heard you beat it. Screw it. We'll try it like this. I don't think it's gonna work. I think if anything, maybe the Blackguard, but... Oh, cool. Good to know it was beat with tier 1, so... Yeah, right, I want to see the bossy boss. Shows me the drop, fool. Yeah, I didn't think so. You got the other one done already too, don't you? Kensai would probably get ripped to pieces in one attack in this. The only single targets that I would really consider are Blackguard or Shaman. And really I would really only typically use Blackguard because him and Warlock both have a little bit of a self-heal. But I can already tell this ain't gonna work out. No, but Kensai doesn't have a fast enough cycle. Even with Blade Meditation and Inner Focus, you're not going to get much out of that Whirlwind Strike, and you don't have the sustainability of the Evasion ability or Evasion passive or the Drain Health. Now, I do think maybe a Blackguard with the Tier 2 Piercing Blade might have enough self-heal to sustain himself as a 4th here. I can't do all that right now, Odd. Well, there goes our Cleric, so we're done with this stupid team. Yeah, that's an interesting idea there, Alfredo. I'll just smoke them one at a time. I mean, it's up to him. If he doesn't want to share how he beat it, that's up to him. That's all good, Alfredo. I wanted to try it out anyways. If all you have is single target burst, though, buddy, you have no soul generation. You need an AoE to get your soul skill generation, or else you're screwed with no soul energy. This is like totally impossible for me to kill anyone that's not in the front line with this team, though, so that might be interesting. And like I was just saying, without any real AoE and no Cyclone, my soul energy generation is going to be la doo-doo. I got no debuffs from the Necro running. This might not work. Yeah, I know. The spells are going to be a pain in the ass. I got this triple buff set up on. I just tried this one because Alfredo said to check it out. Oh yeah, attack debuff also would render Kensai fairly pointless. As much as I love Kensai, he's just got so many weak links in his armor. But, of course, I know most of what Mr. Odd here has, so if he beat it, I'm sure I will be able to with something. As you can see, Blackguard makes fairly short work of anything. Yeah, I've still yet to test and see if these debuffs can be cleansed. If this shit can be dispelled with Spell Sword, it's a hell of a lot easier. Like I said, I just assumed they can't be because in the past they haven't been able to. And I imagine Shikar's Dispel actually does decent damage. Yeah, right. I got a level 2 swashbuckler, bro. I ain't running a swashbuckler for anything. Although I will laugh if I actually beat it with this stupid Blackguard build. I mean, Blackguard's doing pretty well up front, surprisingly. You know, if he can do 56,000, 60,000 damage to a level 10 Zalus, he should be able to beat these guys up. It's only working for now, but we'll see. I mean, I got a pretty mighty Blackguard, and he can usually fight through most debuffs and things like that. Yeah, I thought about trying to squeeze the Mystic in for the disenchants and the dodge and all that stuff. I very well might try running her instead of the Druid, just going back to the old team I was running, because I do believe with Doom and whatnot. Yes, yes, I was avoiding War Master previously because Shikar has the Mass Dispel ability. But it does seem that if with the Mystic, I don't know if her Safety Ward would give you enough HP buffer. So you have confirmed that on the earlier stages, at least, the Spell Sword dispels this crap? Because like I said, in the old ones it didn't. If that's the case, I could probably throw him in here somewhere and make it work out a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, it's possible as well. You got to keep in mind a lot of this big damage is coming from Battle Fury stacks, though. Yes, indeed, Alfredo. If I beat it, it's all you, buddy. Doing a hell of a lot better so far. Let's just hope the next Mass Dispel doesn't eat my friggin' face off because I threw up that Tactics. Yeah, but see, now stuck in this situation with no AoE, if I happen to die, I have no revive and no soul energy. So it's a do or die type situation with this particular team. Are you fucking kidding me? Triple dodging prick. I mean, BG's Blackguard is probably the single strongest hero in the entire game. So, and as you see, with just that one defense debuff up, he can now do nothing to this guy. Or one attack debuff, rather. But if I had Necro somewhere squeezed in here, it might work out, but then you lose that in Vigor. I'm just not so sure he can DPS this by himself. Yeah, if I don't make this run, I'm definitely going to swap the War Master out for someone else. Might even take the Ninja instead of the Warlock. Oh no, I lost my targeting. Fucking prick game. Yeah, he's maxed. Sorry, it's hard for me to read all this text while I'm playing, guys. Prick bastard's just gonna heal before I can finish him off. There we go. Another one down. Got Master Spell coming. We can throw up a couple buffs. It'll be okay. We might actually take it down with this crew. All glory to the Tier 2 Piercing Blade. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than we did here. Hey. I mean, Jonas, it's important to mention that the sword I have on him, especially it being fully maxed out, is the single best weapon in the game. Oh no, don't shield tactics with Master Spell right there, you dumb bastard. Are you fucking kidding me? Stupid fucking Avenge, man. Pardon my goddamn French. It takes stupid righteous call off. How come none of you guys reminded me to do that? No, hey, take righteous call off. Alright, now we just pretend we're fighting Zalus and we lost our witch. Yeah, no, taking that or not taking righteous call off is what really screwed me just now, though. That's what worries me, is if I die to the Avenge with Blackguard, I'm done. That's all I got. No, if the Blackguard dies now to Avenge, I can't revive him. I'm just screwed. So we gotta hope that he stays alive. God damn it. We gotta pay attention and not Master Spell, or cast when Master Spell's coming up. And we have no cleanse. No, losing a hero doesn't accelerate your cycles. All it does is cause time jumps. If skills are showing that they're going faster, but what's actually happening is the time's skipping. There's every time a hero or an enemy dies, it doesn't speed things up. It just jumps the time that would have taken place during those abilities. Yeah, no, I promise you, it doesn't change it. But it looks like we got this almost. I know Blackguard can take this stupid punk Shikar by himself. You say stupid Druid unfreeze? What do you want me to die, Rohan? It is working, Alfredo. It is working. Yep, only took 3 tries odd. Probably could have went a little faster with a little bit of a better team or no righteous call. No, Avenge was only on the Inquisitor, bro. Now that the Inquisitor's down, there's like literally nothing in here that can kill us. And especially as the Entangles stack on him and the Call to Arms and Invigors, this punk won't get many more turns. It's like, but now it's like we're fighting the Wizard or Zalos or something. Once you get it down to one-on-one, it's cake. Although, Jonas, I will give it to you, man, we did need a single target damage dealer. We just needed a big boy damage dealer like the Blackguard. The Kensai would have been raped. But there we have it, guys. That is the end of the Shikar campaign. We got 2,500 completion gold. And, of course, as we open up the chest, we've got the... I did the last one, bro. I got all these trophy monsters. But we see a level 55 Shikar. Alright, I'll go open these chesty chests so you guys can see me get gypped and get nothing. Still watching, Ron, so you could see me get nothing. Oh yeah, I beat the last one. I just didn't make videos for it. If I did, I might have deleted them when I purged a while back. 4 witch stones! Hell yeah! That's what we need. I'm the only guy right here crying for witch stones. Ooh, I feel like I got gypped on that one. See, what sucks with these, man, with these broken soul stone conversions, I never know when I'm getting soul stones for legendary heroes that don't convert. You know, I just get screwed and I have no clue what's going on. Rape without knowledge of said rape. Alright, we'll get this one from 15 real quick. We'll switch it back up. Go to a super kill team. Not the fighter. That's not a super kill team. Should be an interesting little crew for the hero battles, though. Especially with the initiative boost on that Praetor's Blade. Get that early smoke bomb off. Rattle off the rest of these skills. Fighter is a good game. Where's my fighter quest, bro? I want my fighter's chores quest. The rewards to be nothing but wood and steel. So all these new players will wonder what the hell you're doing. Yes, indeed. Thanks for the suggestion, Alfredo. It may not be the best team to run that with, but it certainly worked. We'll, of course, work on some different strategies. I'll make sure I burn through some food and find out what the exact best team is to do that and share it with everybody else. I'll make sure I make a clean run video with no deaths and all that good stuff. Because it didn't seem like it was really that difficult, other than the righteous call. that got us killed from Avenge. A few simple changes could definitely make that a lot better. And, you know, I thought the Dispel was going to be a real pain in the butt for the War Master, but by the time it was casted again, he usually had at least 2 stacks of most of his buffs up when you're casting Invigor on him. So it didn't really seem to hurt the War Master as bad as I thought it would. Epic Battle Chest. So as you guys see, I mean, this is some pretty good loot for running through this. I haven't checked out the extreme rewards for the earlier quests. I think it's just hard, right? Ooh, and there's some more Void Cores in here. I'll try and take down some notes on how many Void Cores and all that stuff we find. And we will open the last chest. More Witch Stones. Or Ninja Stones. Yes, more Witch Stones. Badass. Get that Witch to 7 stars by the time that dragon comes back. Well, guys, that's the Shikar campaign. I'm going to go ahead and take a break here. I'm going to live stream some PvP battles, and tower attacks, and other things in the future. I appreciate all you guys coming in and checking this out and tuning in. We'll make sure we add the video of the stream to the YouTube channel. And I appreciate you guys checking us out. Also, hey, that mage skin got teased somehow through the Discord channel. It does look super sweet with the glowing green eyes. I'm anxiously waiting for that one too. Anyhow, thanks again everybody for joining us, and we will catch you guys on the next one.